Hello, good morning, and welcome to this mid-morning taste challenge. We have Appleton Estate Signature Blend. This is the new name. It used to be called like VX, but I don't know where that name came from. But anyway, it's from Appleton Estate. They've been producing rum since at least 1749. It says established in Jamaica 1749. But if you look at their website, they say the records going back. The oldest document they have is 1749. They think that the company was in business longer than that, but they can't prove it, so they don't feel comfortable going back further than what they can document. But anyway, that's a long time, right? Over 160 years, so over 170 years. So they're doing 270 years. What am I saying? Going on 300 years. So yeah, no problem. 80 proof. It's a blend of 15 different rums, exactly 15 different rums of various ages. The youngest rum at 4 years old. They said the average is about 4 years old, but there's no age statement. So that's, you can take tours there. I've seen videos on YouTube, people taking tours at Appleton Estate. I'm sure that'd be something, right? All right. The competitor, you say, oh, you're just putting them out one after the other. You're going out of your mind. You're just doing one taste challenge after the other. No, actually, I'm piggybacking them. I'm just bunching them up now because I'm looking in the date book and I'm saying, okay, I got this date book, very convenient. I can do it on an iPhone or whatever. Also, if I want to, but it's so convenient, it's just paper. I say, okay, these dates I can't do it. So I'm checking. I say, no, can't do it. Going into April, can't do it. So then I'm saying, okay, so I did one this morning, but this morning is for today. So to morning, okay. This morning's taste challenge was for today. So this one here is for an upcoming date. It's covering that. So that's all I'm doing is just covering. Okay. Now, when I get to those dates and I can't do them, then I'm not drinking on those days. Not liquor, at least. Haha. So anyway, that's the whole reasoning behind it. Just to take into account those days where I really wanted to do the taste challenges. So here's Castillo Gold, and it's got that real, like, very faint roughness to it, but it's really smooth. There's almost like a powdered glitter. There's a map of the Caribbean, the West Indies, Greater and Lesser Antilles. Castillo Gold, Puerto Rican rum, distilled by Ron de Castillo y Silla, Cantano, Puerto Rico, 40% alcohol. This company's been in business since 1914. Well, not quite as long as that one, but still over 100 years. And there's the seal, the Castillo, the castle. So it's Castle Gold. It's owned by Bacardi Brands today. Bacardi Limited today, family-owned company. If you look on the other brands, it says BacardiLimited.com/other-brands/. Some brands may not be available in your country. Yeah. Huh. I think there's actually more than this. But this is what they're showing for the most part. There's the Castillo Silver, which I have, the Gold, which I'm showing right here, the Añejo, which I've seen and I need to get, and the Spice, which I do see around quite often. I think there's a Castillo Overproof, but they don't have it listed for some reason. They don't have an overproof rum listed, but there is. It says Bacardi has a portfolio of more than 200 brands and labels. Well, I'm looking at this list. This is not 200. It's a lot. It isn't 200 by any stretch. They're showing Bacardi rum, Dewar's blended Scotch, Bombay Sapphire, Grey Goose, Martini Vermouth, Italian sparkling wines, Patron, Tequila Patron, Aristov Vodka, Cazadores Tequila, William Lawson's blended Scotch whiskey, one of the fastest growing value Scotch brands in the world and the #1 imported spirit in Russia. So it's just very complex. Appleton Estate says a beautiful harvest gold and amber color with remarkable clarity and brilliance. Well, you can read those. I put the links, so you can look at that. All right, I got to go walking a half a mile still today. Sunny. They got a lot of college baseball today. I could go to a game. Did not go last night. Had to work at bingo. Well, chose to work at bingo. Did not have to do it. That's volunteer, you know, but I did. All right. And it was hop in last night, packed with people. And they were buying specials like Shamrocks left and right as fast as you could. I sold out of all my Shamrocks before I walked to the back of the room. I mean, it's just crazy. And then they were selling fish and shrimp, like just at an unbelievable clip. It was amazing. Rum. Okay. Yeah, rum can have caramel color added. So if these seem dark, it's because it could be, you know, spiked with color, but I don't have enough Appleton. A ton of apple in here. Now, you can find this at Walmart for $19.99. I got it at Mathern's for $9.99. Is that the normal price? Absolutely not. Are you likely to see that price in a store in your area? I would say you're almost guaranteed to never see a price like that. Hey, but I didn't question it. I bought it. I saw it and I bought it and I got it. I wasn't planning to buy it anytime soon, but I mean, with a deal like that, you just don't pass it up. You just say, you strike while the iron's hot, because I've been through that in the past where I waited on stuff like, I'll get it later. It's no problem. And then it is a problem because there is no later. Schlitz red label. They used to have Schlitz beer in a red label. Kind of a brick red. And I said, oh, I'm going to get that for my collection. Next week, I'll go back. Go back to the store. Oh, I said, what is this? They went back to the burgundy label, the 1800s to 1981, 82 burgundy. I said, well, I'm sure some store will have it. So I'm searching around here, there, everywhere. Nobody's got it. Everybody's got the burgundy and beige label. I said, oh, man. No, never saw the red again in my life. The 1982 to 96 Schlitz brick red label. Miller Red. Remember Miller Red? It was just like Miller beer. It was called Miller beer. It wasn't Miller High Life. I saw that. I said, oh, well, I'm kind of low on money. I'll come next week and get it. You know the rest of the story. Never saw it again. It was discontinued, and I never got it. 1996. So what I've learned is when you see it, you better buy it, because there's a good chance you won't again see it. And I've been through that too many times, and it's extremely frustrating. And I was just thinking about back in those days, 1996, buying the beers. And I can remember it was so exciting. You say, oh, give me a break. I just remember I was saying in February 96, I said, let me try beer, because people talk about it all the time, you know, and you hear about it endlessly. So I bought Miller High Life, 6-pack, you know, the ponies, the little 7-ounce. I said, oh, let's see what people. So I tried it. I said, oh, it's kind of interesting in the flavor. Could see myself drinking this. So I drank the 6-pack, and I said, I know what I'll do. This would be a good hobby. I'll just try every other beer brand in the world that I can find, you know, within reason. So I started shopping around, and it was amazing what I found. And so I remember it was so exciting. You go to the store and say, oh, this, that. And then tasting them, you would taste like, oh, let me try Schlitz malt liquor here. And then you'd research, like, what is that? What does that mean? You know, so it was just like so interesting. Like you weren't used to the flavors, right? Now, like 26, no, 27, going on 28, then into 28 years old. And I would try them and I would say, oh, let's see what this is like. Let's see what that is like. And I did liquor back then. Like I did the Cats and Best Off. I think it was 98. But that was going out of business. So I knew there would be no more Cats and Best Off vodka. So I didn't have video reviews because there really wasn't a platform for that. There was sort of, but not really until 2005. So I probably would have done video reviews in 96, but there just really wasn't any practical platform. So I didn't do it. And for another 14 years. But and I did other liquor brands, Taka, vodka, Crown Rus. But there was no understanding that I would do it for just people out in the world and see what they thought about it. It was just for me. Like I was counterpointing it with myself. Then with a lady I still talk to, actually this morning, I talked to her. We would try things. She would say this, that, you know, but she used to drink Amstel Light. I remember in 1997, that was like, and back then that was like a little better product, you know, if you wanted to like live a little. People laugh today like, oh, give me a break, you're cuckoo. No, but then in 1997 it was the case, and then Heineken and Harp Lager. This is in fact true. Okay, well, let's go with the taste challenge. Rum, I had no exposure to that until 2019. I had never tried rum, but it was interesting. And I thought it would be. I never thought it wouldn't be interesting. It wasn't the case of that. It just hadn't addressed it. I think this is not going to be too challenging, just due to the unique Appleton Estate signature blend characteristics. You wouldn't confuse it with anything. I'm not saying it's going to be better. I just don't think I would confuse it. That smells like Castillo Gold. Kind of a pungent, almost like a yeast. I don't know why that is. It's like a yeast thing. And I said extra virgin olive oil, which doesn't make any sense. But I did pick that up when I first tried it. It was strange, odd, unusual. And almost like a string bean or a green bean. That's not appropriate. It just is kind of like that. All right. Ha ha ha. I'm never going to stop saying this because it just is so remarkable. It smells like you're at a campfire and you're roasting marshmallows. It smells like a roasted marshmallow that you didn't burn. You didn't burn. You came close. You know, you come to the cusp of burning it, then you stop, and it's like deep brown, but it hasn't turned black. It hasn't converted into carbon. So it has that. And this company must be fantastic, you know, because they know when to stop. Just they have it so measured. They say, stop. I hope you're having a great weekend. I am actually so far, my friend. I'm always enjoying listening to these taste challenges. Well, I hope you enjoy them as much as I enjoy doing them, because I really enjoy doing them, Craig. And it's not about you drinking, you getting drunk. I'm not really worried about what the people are thinking. I'm not drunk. I'm just drinking. You know what I mean? I'm not. It's just a chance to taste them and see if you can parry one against the other. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can and sometimes you can't. Sometimes I go in here very confident and I think, oh, I'll get this just in a snap. It'll be nothing. And then you can't get it. You feel, And then you're live, so you're thinking, how can I play this off? Oh, let's talk about Obama. Oh, yeah, Barack Obama made a remark about Donald Trump and blah, blah, blah. But you're just trying to like stall for time because you're trying to figure out how you can work around not getting it right, But I mean, people can see through that. So seems like you're doing less beer reviews and more liquor reviews, says David C. No, not true. It's convenient to do the liquor taste challenges. Now that's true because you take a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and then you don't have to drink the whole bottle. It's there. It's going to be fine. It's not going anywhere. Beer is problematic because when you open the can, you can't save it. It's not like, well, next week I'll drink the rest. No, it's going to be dead in the water and by that night. It's not going to keep. You have to drink it. So then that's just a problem there. It's just like a process problem, a processing problem, whereas the liquor isn't. The beer, I just this very morning, I did an 8% tall, well, we say tall can, 16 ounces of Evil Twin Negroni, which I thought was a fascinating video. And that's coming up. David and I did one after the other beer reviews. I mean, just look at my channel. This past week, beer review every day, except I didn't do on Monday. And I've got more coming. Some good and some bad. I mean, we did Earthquake. That's not good, but we addressed it. So I think the beer reviews are still coming out in a steady clip. It's not that I'm doing less beer reviews. It's just that this is coming into play more just because of interest level and convenience. But I know how people are thinking. They're thinking he's given up beer reviews to do liquor. It isn't the case. It's not so. It may seem that way, but it isn't. I was just thinking today, I need to go get some more beer. I got a lot. But I'm thinking ahead, like I want to get the Budweiser Nitro Gold signature, the Nitro can. So there's no case of me slowly leaving beer and going to liquor. That is not happening. Bud Nitro review, yeah. I have to get a single. That's good, says David. Yeah, it's nothing like that. I have to get a single. I don't want to buy a 12-pack. I will if I have to. I could have Wednesday, and I could have been the first person to do a video review for it in the world. That isn't really important. But I said, $14.99 a 12-pack. I'm going to shop around. I have a feeling I could probably get it for $12. Well, maybe $13.50. But I'm going to try to score a single because I have actually tried it before. You might remember 4 years ago, I went to the Anheuser-Busch Brewery in Houston, and they had it on draft. They called it Budweiser Signature, and it was a nitro, but it was draft. And there was a complicated machine that the barrooms had to buy where they had to pull this way and push the other way like that. And then the beer came out, and it was nitro Budweiser. It was fabulous beer. It was a brilliant beer. But the barroom said, we're not paying that kind of money for that. And it didn't really make it. So then they did technological research, and they came out with a can version that anybody could buy. And they just say you got to kind of hard do like that 3 times, like prime it 3 times, and then you pour it straight in. And I like that. I said, there's the message to all the people that tell me all the time, learn how to pour, don't do it straight in. It's like, okay, well, they're saying. So I have kind of had that beer already, and it's in its antediluvian form. This is very expected, what I'm tasting here. What I mean expected is it tastes like Castillo Gold. When I first tried Castillo Gold, I was shocked in a way. I wasn't ready for this flavor. It was a little bit exotic and unusual for me. Like I said, green bean, and even more so, the extra virgin olive oil, neither of which it really has. It doesn't really have those flavors, but I don't know how to adequately describe what I am tasting, so I use those approximations. But it's interesting. The body's medium and the finish is quick to moderate. It's not a super quick drop off, but it's moderate. It's between moderate and quick. You know what I'm saying? It's a very nice product, and for the price point, it's a fabulous value. You can probably get a $7.50. Well, I had a liter. This is a liter bottle, and I got it for $7.99. Are you likely to see that price? No, you're not. In fact, you're almost guaranteed not to see that price. But you could find a decent price for it. It's a mixer. In fact, they have mixed drink ideas on the back of every Bacardi, whether it's Bacardi or Castillo. And this is the Castillo and Cola, and it's got the recipe. And if you get a Bacardi rum, look in the back. It has a cocktail recipe. Appleton. They do that too, Appleton. It'd be impossible to confuse this with another rum. There's a strong woody note. Been in the barrel about 4 years. It's a multiplicity of flavors in a rum. It's a complex product. It has 15 different rums, and you can it's almost like you're going down the line with them, like 15 different tastes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're not really, but it has like like a bicycle, and it's turning, and then you put playing cards on each spoke, and it's coming through, and it's going. And it's just each little card is tapping you. It's gentle. Just, you know, that if people did that, and that's coming through like that. Just like a little tap from each rum. There's no recipes on the bottle, but they're on the website. This one is bolder in the flavor, but I wouldn't say harsh. That would be unfair. It's just different. It's so different. I never thought I would taste a rum. I mean, maybe a spice rum, the flavor ones. Yeah, okay. I've never actually had one, but I never thought I would try a regular rum unflavored that would taste like a roasted marshmallow. I just never would have thought that. So it's striking in the flavor. I just can't get over it. I say, oh, I want to try another taste challenge. Another one, 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 another one. You know what I'm saying? Like you're trying to make excuses to do a taste challenge because you want to taste that again. It's compelling. In England, they say Moorish. No one in America uses that term, Moorish, right? You ever heard anybody say that? No, you never did. But they say that in England, you know, this beer is Moorish, meaning you want to drink more of it. When I first heard it, I knew what they meant, but I said, no, I never used that term. Jim Beam Black versus... You see, Joseph, you're always making these suggestions that are not applicable to the video. I don't mind you making the suggestions, but they're never really like germane to the topic. You'll say, well, try this gin versus that gin. I mean, I could. I can't try everything. If you came over here and looked in these cabinets, you'd say, don't buy any more. Don't buy any more. Just drink them down. And I would say, yeah, that's the plan. You know, so to make suggestions to get more, it's going to fall on deaf ears because I can't do it. I can't. There has to be some sanity to it. I'm starting to kind of like get a handle on not buying too much. So to suggest more is just sort of like a waste of a keystroke. You know what I'm saying? Like it just isn't going to happen. Not in any reasonable time frame. All right. I'm ready to make a winner, or I should say declare a winner. The Appleton estate is the winner. I know that's true now. It costs more, but actually, okay. Castillo sort of has a little bit of that. I have to be very careful. rubbing alcohol presentation. And I don't mean that in a bad way necessarily. It just does sort of have that relative to the Appleton estate. Now, on its own, I would not have mentioned that. I don't think I would have mentioned that. But if you do one liquor brand against another, I don't care if it's rum, brandy, whiskey, it'll bring out stuff that you didn't at first perceive. You didn't perceive it. Appleton is a winner. It is a winner. It is. It is really a winner. And this is the base model. So imagine what the really elaborate ones taste like. Can you imagine that? I can. Actually, I can't totally imagine that because this one is so complex. It's almost like beyond my scope to think how it could be. It's like imagining what heaven would be like. You can't really, because it's so far beyond this current reality, which is so limited. Hello, Ron, says Maxwell. Hello to you in the Russian Federation. All right, so there is a little bit of that grain. It isn't grain alcohol. But that just like basic alcohol flavor. And it isn't like to a level where it's off-putting. I don't want anybody to think that. I would recommend Castillo. I wouldn't strongly recommend it. I would strongly recommend the Castillo Silver. Now that one I would give a strong, unqualified recommendation. The gold can be a little tricky, but it's still well worth your money. So yeah, buy it, buy it. I say buy it. Nice weather today. It is, I would say, yeah, mostly nice. Yeah. A little chilly, but not bad. Not bad. All right, now we're going to close out with this. Oh, man. That Appleton Estate Signature Blend just it starts, goes through the taste, and then closes with just exemplary features. I can't get over it. At first I thought, well, you're not used to it, so you're just going to overplay it, and you're going to make it out to be more than it is. And that could happen, yes. But I keep drinking it, drinking it. And I'm saying, no. It really is all that. It isn't just an initial perception. It really is all these things. Wow, I can't get over that. That is something else. I mean, it really is something else. And this is, in a way, a message to the beer people. And I understand that they would be a little concerned because, of course, the channel did start as Louisiana Beer Reviews. And that's not going to stop. At least, I mean, it could stop because you don't know when you're going to leave this world. But I never had a goal to limit myself to beer. I did wine from the get-go, and then liquor came into play, and I knew it would. But if there was some sort of practical way to do beer taste challenges and then somehow preserve the beer without it going flat and getting stale, I would do it. I would do beer reviews just like this. But they don't do that. Right? They do go flat. They do go stale. And I mean in hours. So I just don't do those taste challenges that often for practical reasons. It isn't for favoritism, liquor over beer. It isn't anything like that. If I had little bottles of beer like this big and they were like sealed tight and well carbonated, and then this one, and I could do that like this, and then that's it, throw the bottles out, I would do it every day, or practically every day. But there isn't that format, so I can't do it. But I can do the solo reviews, and then occasionally with David and my daughter and other people, the duo, and that keeps coming out. And if you looked on this computer and you saw the backstock of videos, you'd feel a lot better about it. You'd say, oh, wow, he's got beer reviews coming left and right. Right. And I was worried about that too. I said, the beer people are going to think I'm turning my back on beer, and I'm not. You know, but they're going to think that. I just knew they're going to think that, you know, but it isn't so. Why? Why is rum cheaper than bourbon? I'm not aware that that's the case. It's not cheaper here. So NJ991 says best channel in beer reviews. Well, I appreciate you saying that. I don't know about that. I like a lot of beer reviews. I watch many channels. Some are great. Well, a few are great. Some are good. And then a lot are terrible. And it's not that they couldn't get better, but you just know they won't get better. And then they disappear, right? Psst. And I try to talk to them and say, well, you know, you could do this and that, but they get very defensive, like, and then they're gone. A year or two later, you never see them again. They're gone, gone into the universe, right? It's sad, really, because when I started this in 2010, my vision, if one should say having a vision, was to say, I'll do Louisiana beer reviews, and then there'll be a person in every state. I know it's a childlike bit of thinking, but I said, everybody in America, like there'll be a Wyoming beer reviews, there'll be an Idaho beer reviews, Hawaii beer reviews, Alaska beer reviews, Florida beer reviews. There'll be somebody in every state. They'll do their beer reviews, and they'll cover everything. And they'll be like this, like United States of America beer reviews. But it did not happen. There was Mississippi beer reviews for a while, but it didn't last. And there was California beer reviews, but you'd be 100 years old before you watched 10 more of them. You know, that didn't last. And then I don't know, there was Texas beer reviews, and that went nowhere. And I'm not disparaging that, because it could have gone somewhere, but there has to be content, right? There has to be a steady flow of reviews, and it has to keep coming out. And there has to be a network, and it has to keep going, but it didn't happen. And then Lee Poznansky said, I'm going to do New York's beer reviews. And I said, okay, New York's beer reviews. But it's so irregular. He'll say, I'm back and I'm in the game again. And then, but then nothing will happen. And so I say, So you're saying, I know what you're saying. Oh, you're judging people because they don't have the time you have. I'm not really judging them according to that, because I'm never saying you should heavily edit videos, have graphics, links, sell t-shirts, mugs, Patreon. They can give you money to make it. I don't know why I would never give somebody money to make a beer review, but I mean, you could make a beer review every day with no editing, right? Because most of these people that do video beer review channels drink way more than me. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not drinking one beer a day. They're drinking a lot. And they could theoretically do that. You could do it. But there's just the question. It's not getting done. So, but anyway, all right. The dream did not happen. That was a vision. There's Louisiana beer reviews, and then, you know, all right. Okay, we'll look at some comments and then we'll close it out. I'm going to eat some food and go walking. Been seeing yours since 2012. That's why you're honest with your beer scores. I trust you. I am honest with the beer scores. And some people might say, no, you lie, you lie. No, wrong, wrong. I am honest with the scores. And I let the chips fall where they may. Have beer companies sent me beers? Yes, many times, many times. Will they do it in the future? I don't know. I assume they would. Do I change the score because they sent me free stuff? No. And I've actually advised the companies of that. I said, don't think I'm going to give it a high score just because you sent me something. But then they tell me stuff like, we checked you out already. You already gave that beer a high score. I was like, you got me. But no, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to get on here and talk about something that's great when it isn't, just to get views, comments, likes, subscribes, sell t-shirts, mugs. I'm not selling anything. You'll never be able to buy a Louisiana Beer Reviews t-shirt or a mug or a cap or a, what you call that? What you set the glass on, the coaster. No, that's not what this is about. It's just about me. You say, you monetized. Hey, wait a minute. They came to me with that. I never asked for that. They came to me and said, how would you like to be my, I said, oh, well, okay. So I did it. Didn't ask for it. Never would have asked for it. Never would have asked for it. Nice liquor review. Thank you. So the Appleton Estate is a clear winner. Costs more money, but then again, it's worth more. So, you pay more, you get more, that doesn't always work out. It usually works out. If I was looking to buy rum, and actually I might actually be looking to buy rum in theory. If I was looking to buy rum, yes, I would buy the Appleton Estate. Now, here's the most fascinating part. Bumper sticker, Louisiana beer. Yeah, ain't going to happen. You can make a bumper sticker if you'd like. Is there an Appleton Estate silver rum, white, clear rum? According to the website, there is not. But if you do internet research, you will see very clearly definite photo evidence of Appleton Estate silver rum, white, clear, silver. Indisputable evidence that there is or was and probably still is Appleton Estate silver rum. Do they talk about it on their website? As far as their website is concerned, it doesn't even exist. But don't let that influence you, because I could name any liquor company in America and they've got products on the shelf that they don't address on their website. On the shelf. All right. Well, when will the next rum taste challenge come to pass? Actually, it could, probably won't, but it could happen as early as tomorrow afternoon. But don't count on it. But yeah, there could be an Appleton Estate versus Castillo Gold. There's a qualifying statement with that. The something gold. I can't ever remember, but it's something gold. That there's a dry white, but the gold. Yeah, that could happen. That actually could happen. I wouldn't put money on that. So I know. Okay. All right. Let's see what happens here. Let's look at the comments. Then we're out of here. I got to go cook some soup, go walking, go to the baseball game, go Tulane, beat Southern. I actually like Southern. I like Southern University. I used to teach history for Southern University. That was a great job because they were like super cool. You know, Southern University was like, they would come over here and they would say, we're going to observe you. I'll say, okay. And then the lady's like looking in the room. She's like, I was like, that was a pretty quick observation. She's like, yeah, I could see that everything was happening like it needed to happen. I said, okay. Oh, man. I would turn in the grades. The students would get their college credit. I have had very good experiences with Southern University, established in what, 1880? Yeah. But I mean, my grandfather graduated from Tulane. My first cousin graduated from Tulane. My great grandfather graduated from Tulane. You know, so I'm gonna pull for Tulane. You know, but I mean, I like Southern. I know he was silly. Let's see what these comments say. Inman, one of the great viewers, by the way, who ought to start a channel, but I know he was silly, but I used to enjoy watching Brews. Oh, yes, I watched many Brews videos. I know you mentioned him a few times in your older videos. Yes, many times. He took down almost all of his videos a few years ago. I believe his wife had something to do with that. ... Yeah, I have no comment about that. At the Rite Aid Food Mart, Appleton white Jamaican rum, 750 milliliter, price is $10.35. Well, if that's a true statement, and I don't have any reason to believe it is not a true statement. See, there you go. So there is an Appleton, or there is theoretically an Appleton white rum. And if I saw it, would I buy it? Would I buy it? Is this video live? Of course I'd buy it. What do you think I would do? Of course I'd buy it. Have you gone mad? Have you gone crazy? All right, that's it. So, all right. I have to get off of this. There's a lot of things I got to take care of today. But, oh, I do have a channel that is not beer related. I wish to start it back up this summer. Some life situations got in the way. Well, I'm not discounting that. You can have those problems and they can obliterate your opportunities to do a channel. I'm not saying that. And I know some beer reviewers cannot do beer reviews. Like a couple of them have died. Well, when you die, you kind of like don't really have an opportunity to do beer reviews. I get that. But some just don't get around to it. They're like, well, I was playing video games for 6 straight hours. Okay, but you really had to do that? But anyway, I don't care. I don't care. If you have no interest in it, I don't want to watch the video anyway. Somewhat, all right. I did not know if I will review beer, but I will start discussing comic books. Oh, don't get that addiction started. I was just looking at it's on the wall. I was just looking at Fantastic Four number 97, not 197, 97 from 1970. Jack Kirby, and it had great inking from Frank Giacoia. And I was looking at those. The artwork was stunning. I said, wow, Jack Kirby was already leaving for DC Comics. He was just churning out stuff for to fulfill his contract. But I just couldn't get over it. I said, wow, this guy, he could do incredible artwork, even if he was hacking it out. I just couldn't get over it. It was stunning, stunning, stunning artwork. And I've got them. First printings, no reprints. Oh, yeah. All right, that's it.